It seemed like it was everyone against Fairy Peak during the league play portion of the tournament, but the Gauntlet is fast becoming everyone against Flakes. eekso is the next obstacle for Flakes in the Gauntlet, and the last time the two matched up, it was a 5-game series, and it was a win for the Englishman. Alright Brian, what advice would you give to someone who wants to get better at Rocket League?
Download GIF your game.
Okay, what about someone who's tried to impress a girl that they like?
Download GIF your game.
Right, and what about someone who is, in fact, a human being?
Download GIF your game.
Alright, that's good. Just wanted to make sure we're on the same page here. Alright, let's get round 4 of the Gauntlet underway. There's currently 4 series between today's competitors and the championship, but first, they have each other to deal with.
He's come back from 2-0 down against Bluey to win 4 games in a row. Swept OSM and now beaten Cuxer 4-1. What is next for the Dutchman? eekso stands in his way.
The Gauntlet round 4 begins. Flakes is looking to add to his already 4-series win streak. He's really putting up a lot of heads in a row on Pikes right now. Can he get eekso's as well? Of course, if he can get a couple of rounds further, he'll get to take on Scrubkilla again. He's already taken him down in league play. Flakes trying to snap a quick shot. Did not catch eekso, looking for boost though, and also missed the target. Low boost flick for eekso. No power on this one. Remember that when these two matched up in league play, it did go to game 5, but then so did every game that eekso played. What save by eekso to keep things tied up. He's ran all the way around just to avoid getting demoed. Then he gets another save on the inside, and now he's got an open net, and he won't miss this one. Couple of great stops from eekso early on to keep Flakes back. Thinking back to the series they played all those days ago now in league play, eekso started so well, and then it was Flakes who made the comeback and almost brought it into a reverse sweep situation. But eekso did dominate game 5. He's been impressive in most of his game 5s, only losing 2 of them during league play, winning 4. Another good save by eekso. He's got a good read at the moment on everything Flakes is trying to do. If we're going to look at what Flakes has done so far, winning 4 series in a row, first Scrub, then Bluey, OSM, and Cux, back to back in the Gauntlet bracket. It's mostly just solid play, waiting for mistakes to happen, and there's one from eekso. The mind game is going to do it for Flakes to tie things up. And this is what he's been doing all bracket long, just waiting for the opportune moment to strike. eekso dodging the wrong way after a pre-jump, can't keep that one out. We're all tied up in game 1. eekso and Flakes did have pretty significantly different journeys through group stage. So eekso looking for a double touch off the floor. Will go a little bit too high for him. It was eekso who was contesting for the top spots early on. Flakes had to come back from the very bottom, and he wasn't able to do so. He did stay very last seed. eekso dropping down to 4th in the final couple of weeks. Oh, Flakes had an open net, but he just backflipped. And I must say, eekso is looking a little bit shaky already in this first game. He's had a couple of moments in defense where he's really shone and put up some good saves, but there's been a couple of other moments where he's let Flakes in. Flakes didn't really have to try too hard to get there. It's reminiscent of Flakes series against Cux, where he just kind of gave the ball to Cux over and over again, afraid to commit in offense. Now it's eekso who's afraid to commit on any of his defensive possession plays. He escapes the wall demo attempt of Flakes, but he's had to use a lot of boost to get the ball back under control. Still a fast attack for eekso, and it is an almost top corner. He's just hit the joint with that flick attempt, misses the boost grab on the exit. There's only 2 minutes left on this game. It's anyone's to take. eekso gets a real opportunity now though, and he won't miss. The second open net that he's had this series. He just got the better of Flakes there. Flakes maybe expecting a 50-50, but eekso is looking for ball control, the direct dribble onto net. Flakes kickoff looking impressive, as it has in the past few games. And he's tied things up just as easy as you like. It was a really late approach for eekso, actually. Very side on. eekso's had a couple of problems recently with his kickoff. He's been looking for solutions. He's going to try and mix it up today to keep Flakes guessing. So he knows Flakes has had one of the stronger face-offs in the competition. Still all tied up. Another flake by eekso, this time saved by Flakes. He doesn't need help from the post this time around. But it's still eekso in control. It's a tight game one. Delayed air dribble, not enough to get it over Flakes though. eekso trying to surprise the Dutchman with a last second touch to lift the ball over his head, but Flakes had it all covered. You can see what eekso is trying to do. And he gets the lead for the first time in the game. Can he hold on to it now? There's not too long to go. It looks like he's going to lose it as quickly as he's got it. It's another open net and another goal for eekso. Make it 3 in game one. Bit of a panic there for Flakes, but you can forgive him for that because eekso was about to bump him into the ball anyway, so he had to do something. 1:25 left on the clock. Flakes with the counter kickoff goal, but I think he's missed it. Huge misplay by Flakes. I reckon that was an unstoppable opportunity if he had just gone and put it on target. And now here comes eekso down the line. He's not wasting any time in his counter attack. He's going for the bump, and it's Flakes' worst nightmare yet again. This is how eekso finished him in game 5 of their league play matchup, and now he's doing it in game 1 in the Gauntlet bracket. He didn't even try to hide the fact that he was going for the air dribble bump. He just starts flying straight into Flakes the second he pops the ball. So he knows Flakes does not have a good answer for his air dribble bumps. Funnily enough, Flakes did do well against every other player in this Gauntlet who's tried to do that to him, but eekso seems to be on another level when it comes to those. Now Flakes shadowing close. eekso could just rip a long shot, but he's going to go in close range and snipe it over the top. Flakes is running scared. He doesn't want to get clattered out of the air again. And suddenly eekso's really got a strong grasp on this one. A couple of good kickoffs is all he needs to get the win here. That's not the best kickoff though, but possibly an even worse shot by Flakes, who is not looking confident with his contact on the ball right now. Is this the end of the streak? It's a good start for eekso. He makes it a 3-goal game. But he can't let his guard down, because remember, Flakes did bring the series back against Scrub from 2 games down, won 3 in a row. He brought back the series against Bluey from 2 games down to win 4 in a row. He's been looking a lot more aggressive early on in his games against OSM and Cuxer especially, but even if Flakes does go down early, it's far from over. We've seen that he does have some pretty good comeback potential. For now though, it looks like game 1 is going to be firmly in eekso's control. He can just run down the clock however he decides to. And he's just going to do the good old side to side. If Flakes does decide to go for the ball, eekso can then set up the ceiling shot. And either way, it will be game 1 to eekso. Close, but no cigar for Flakes. And eekso did run away with it at the end. That is the end of the first game of the series. I wonder if eekso's thinking that this could go all the way to game 7. You know, only Fairy Peak was able to finish a series before game 5 against eekso in league play. And now this being a best of 7 would suggest that we're probably going to go the distance in this one as well. Which of course is great for me, great for all the neutral spectators in Twitch chat right now. Not so good for people who want eekso to win though. They would rather he get it over and done with without a nail-biting finish. Flakes is giving eekso a lot of space now. That's a couple of times he's not even challenged when he probably could have. He's going to pinch it off his own post. I think the ball was not quite going in anyway, but Flakes doesn't want to give eekso a chance to rebound. And eekso setting up another bump attempt over the top. Flakes has just gone up for it early and he hasn't made contact. And it's 1-0 for eekso, easy as you like. The party's destroyed because of a connection error. Oh dear. I hope that doesn't cause any issues. It shouldn't, don't worry. I saw a couple of comments the last time that happened in this tournament. I'd honestly never seen this bug before, or this this message. Never before did I see it until this tournament. It's saved by eekso. Keep his lead intact. But yeah, apparently you guys get that all the time. My parties don't usually get destroyed. That's just how it's been for me so far. eekso keeping an eye on Flakes. Flakes just going way past the ball again. eekso almost had an opening there. Decided against it, just picked up Flakes' boost from the back corner. Flakes is saving up a good bit of boost himself, and he should be able to escape eekso's wrath here. He goes to the ceiling just to make sure. Does set up a fairly tame floor pinch, but it's not going to really challenge eekso for the time being, who's looking very comfortable. Flakes, to the contrary, looking quite awkward at the near post there. He doesn't know what to do, and it's 2-0 for eekso. It's a bit too passive for Flakes in game 2. We've seen him turn around from challenges at the very last second several times. I don't mind doing that a few times, but he's going to do that every time. eekso is going to gladly take extra touches on the ball himself, and you know he could have done with one there because he's just missed an open net. eekso actually backflipping off the ceiling. He meant to jump, but he's accidentally flipped, and now Flakes will put in a goal before wasting too much time. And eekso says that he's lagging. Oh dear, so it must have been lag that took him up onto the back wall. Oh yeah, eekso is really lagging quite badly. That is quite unfortunate for him. This does happen pretty much every single eekso show match, by the way, so that's the reason I'm not too shocked by this. His internet has been pretty bad for the past year or so that I've known him. It's not unusual. I think the series he played against Cucks in this tournament was a bit laggy for both players, which was great for us because we got to see more games. I'm sure eekso would rather get this one over and done with as early as possible. He doesn't quite fancy giving Flakes another chance to set up a reverse sweep. So just about half the game to go. Flakes has a good chance here to tie the game, and he will with a close range pirouette flick. eekso giving Flakes a lot of respect here. A lot of time on the ball. And what can he do to try and stop Flakes in his current momentum? It's all swung in his favor. That's a decent chance now for eekso. Flakes is backed off into net. 4 boost is going to be enough for eekso to retake the lead with a perfectly timed flick. Well played. It's a fairly safe option that he's gone for here as well. Even if Flakes does stay in goal, it's not like eekso's going to be in a huge pile of trouble. He could just back off, look for some boost, and then come back in again after the fact. Should be a second kickoff goal. Yes, it will be. Flakes was in the vicinity, but not close enough. And eekso's got his 2-goal lead back. He's about to make it 2-0 in the series if he could just hold on to this one. Flakes not anywhere near as dominant in the face-off as some might have expected. That's 3 in a row for eekso. And they're just getting easier and easier as well. The first one, at least he had to flick it over the top of Flakes. Now he's got just had 2 open nets. The second open net was the most open of them all. Just 2 minutes and 12 seconds now for Flakes to fashion a comeback. He's looking for a tight angle wall shot, but eekso's in the way on the back wall. He didn't have much boost, so he's used the wall to make sure that he was safe enough. And now, just under 2 minutes left, eekso gets his 6th goal to put this one in an even more awkward spot for Flakes, who is looking a little bit lost right now. This isn't the same Flakes that we've seen in the past couple of days, past 4 days of his tournament life, which have all been very impressive performances. Now, he's looking nervous. Is the underdog card wearing off? eekso looks for the loop around flick. Flakes saves it when eekso misses and puts in a shot across the pitch to make it a 3-goal game with 1:39 left on the clock. But I do wonder, at what point will Flakes start to think to himself, hang on a second, Can I actually do this? Can I make this entire run happen? At that point, is that going to be is that helpful to him? Is it going to actually hinder him that he starts to feel confident? Start to get worried about making mistakes. That's another opportunity for Flakes that's just gone wide. eekso just trying to hang on right now. He doesn't want to waste, or he does rather want to waste as much time as possible. He doesn't want to give Flakes any chances to come back any closer, but Flakes has eekso in his sights here. eekso's just ran right into another 50-50. Good recovery though by eekso to prevent Flakes from scoring immediately. Is he going to get away with it? No, he's not. Flakes with a perfect top corner shot in the follow-up. And what can you do if you're eekso? He thought he'd made the right decision there, rushing a challenge. But Flakes absorbed the power, and he managed to save all his boosts in the process. And he's made it a 2-goal game with 1 minute and 4 seconds left. eekso still doing very well on kickoff, so he's actually just going to go straight for Flakes' net. I was wondering if he was going to go sideways with this one. It's actually just a couple of flicks, and it goes right through Flakes on the goal line. What a shot by eekso. Thought he was just going to waste time, go side to side, but he's recovered really well there. And you know, if Flakes had double jumped, he would have saved that, but he's dodged at the very last second and gone right underneath the ball. 3 goals in it. Will eekso just waste time now? He's just going to keep taking shots. He's going to end this game the only way he knows how, and that's by scoring goals. Oh, never mind. He's changed his mind on that one. What is eekso doing now? Well, I mean, this is fine for him as long as he doesn't concede. Oh, well, never mind. It's not fine. Flakes should be scoring. Speaking of scoring, okay. I just had to make sure there. For a second, it looked like Flakes might hit the post somehow, but he has scored. I really think the best play for eekso right now, though, when he wins the kickoff possession as hard as he does, he's got a couple of really good kickoffs in the last 2 attempts. I think he should just run down the clock. He's already got a 2 and then a 3-goal lead. He doesn't need to take a risk, go all in with low boost for another goal. This is definitely the right play, and I'm glad to see him doing that now, because it would be a real shame to see him losing this lead when he's played as well as he has to get it, and he is going to get another goal. Or is he? No, he's not. Well, the last minute of this game have been pretty hard to call, to be fair, but eekso should be taking the win regardless of making it 2-0 in the series. Flakes needs to go back to the drawing board. So what he's doing right now is not working against eekso. He took a 2-0 lead against him in league play, and he's just done the same to him in the Gauntlet bracket. He's not going to really challenge eekso for the time being, who's looking very comfortable. Flakes, to the contrary, looking quite awkward at the near post there. Just about half the game to go. Flakes has a good chance here to tie the game, and he will. He's actually just going to go straight for Flakes' net. I was wondering if he was going to go sideways with this one. It's actually just a couple of flicks, and it goes right through Flakes on the goal line. Can Flakes bring a halt to eekso's momentum? He needs to do what he did against Scrub and what he did against Bluey when they played. As only lose a maximum of 2 games. Look at the ceiling shot by eekso. He places it in the bottom corner. And now Flakes is the one having issues with his connection. Well, you know, I'll make that one strike each. Hopefully he doesn't have too many issues moving forward, because eekso is absolutely on fire right now. With a goal like that, you can already smell the pop-off about to happen. Very confident start to game 3. You have to remember, though, that eekso did this to Flakes when they played in league play. I have to keep on repeating myself. Look at the loop around set up by eekso. He's got an open net in the follow-up, but Flakes saves it. Can he get another save? He can't get it, as eekso puts it top corner. And it will be eekso looking to set up the sweep here. It's close for Flakes. If he had a little bit more boost, I think he might have saved that one. But eekso is really looking like he's going from a pretty dodgy start to really taking control of the series. Flakes gets one back, though. The flick in a post-kickoff situation, which was heavily in his favour. Good setup, though. He's cut inside to put eekso on the back foot, and that kind of forces the challenge from eekso, who can't wait on his goal line any longer. 1-goal game in game 3. Not sure how many of you can realistically see Flakes winning 4 in a row against eekso, but I'm honest with you, I could see eekso's level deteriorating if he does start to lose a couple of close games in a row. Nice demo by eekso on the wall. He would have been in an awkward spot if it wasn't for that. He's going to go straight down the middle for Flakes. Puts a early flick on target just to prevent Flakes from sneaking in a challenge. That's always a good idea to do if you can't see what your opponent is doing behind the ball. Excellent bump by eekso. This is really good play off the ball to keep Flakes back. Both the times that that's happened, Flakes has had the boost advantage, but eekso's kind of equalized the situation. He gets a demo on the back wall with ball cam on. It's just outrageous off the ball play by eekso. Taking this game completely under control. He spies Flakes with his peripheral vision there. Of course, if he turned off ball cam, it would have been a bit awkward. Flakes is just going to get a kickoff goal back again. eekso's not even going to try to go back to save this one. It's another strong kickoff for Flakes. A really weird approach, actually. I don't know if that was intentional. We need to see if he does that again. He's dodging very late. It's working out, and that's going to be another goal for Flakes on the kickoff to tie things up. And just like that, all of eekso's hard work is undone. Flakes looking to make it a game 3 win. He wants to turn around the series right now. Gets another kickoff to go in his favor as well. And he does not want the 100 boost. He wants a goal, and he'll get a goal. What is eekso going to do to try and stop this momentum that Flakes has built for himself? Just strong kickoff after strong kickoff. Putting eekso in so many awkward places. Even if he does have a chance to save the shot, it's far from easy. Still though, 3 minutes 17 seconds left on the clock. I've got a feeling that eekso will figure out this kickoff conundrum eventually. And now it's Flakes with the challenge to stop eekso from getting another chance, and he'll put it in at the other end. It's 5-3 now for Flakes. A flurry of goals to really take this game back under his control. And now eekso's got to fight off not just his opponent, but also the tilt. I bet the devil on his shoulder is telling him that this just isn't his day, that it's going to be another loss in a series which he had a strong advantage in. Flakes fails his wave dash setup, misses the follow-up as well, but it might have actually helped him because eekso was ready to counter-attack. Close shadowing by Flakes. Doesn't need to get too much on this one though, because eekso hasn't flicked it particularly well by his standards. Now eekso's got a bit more space to work with. The ball's rolling back into the midfield so he can take a faster angle at the goal, but Flakes again just closes in, and it looks like eekso might have just disconnected it. 5-3, 2 minutes and 35 seconds, and I'm going to make that a restart because that was quite an obvious advantageous position for eekso. Is Flakes just going to give eekso the ball here? You know, yeah, we're just going to restart. All right, let's get this back underway. A pretty obvious disconnect like that is an easy remake. There is no real advantage to eekso faking a DC in that position, so let's just get back into the game. Same score, same time, still Flakes in the lead by 2. eekso has him in a pretty rough spot. It's a nice save by Flakes though. Getting into his crossbar there is so advantageous. It does prevent eekso from immediately shooting again. Now it's Flakes' turn to try and add another goal to his collection. eekso going to use his own crossbar, but this is a shot that Flakes can straight away turn around and put back on net. It's actually eekso who gets a shot out of it, but not a fast enough one to trouble Flakes too much. Time is running away from eekso now. He ran down the clock pretty well in the previous 2 games, but we all know Flakes is pretty good at doing that as well. And he's picked his moments very well in this game. Strong kickoff, but also some very nice stops on a lot of eekso's dribbles. So rush challenges are coming in much more often now for Flakes, and that adaptation has helped him significantly. He's not going to go for one here though, and it will be eekso's goal as a result. And I would not mind seeing Flakes just going straight at the ball there. because you would not favour him to save any flick that eekso's put in top corner from that sort of range. Yeah, like eekso says, fingers crossed his internet can hold it up for the rest of this series. It is such a shame when that plays a factor in games, but that's just the way it is. So far it's not been too impactful, fortunately for us. This inconvenience, luckily for us, an inconvenience that eekso is very used to dealing with. Another early flick. He doesn't want to get another rush challenge from Flakes, catching him off guard. But Flakes has given eekso space this time, and he's just putting himself in the shadowing position. eekso fakes one pop. Does not get Flakes to jump though. He'll have to try again from the side of the field. He half flips to set up another chance, and now he's got a real opportunity, but here comes Flakes straight through the ball. It's straight over the ball. eekso ties it with a low 50-50 against the master of challenges himself. He had way too much respect for eekso's flick here, and he overcompensated. 38 seconds left. We're all tied up in game 3. eekso looking to make it 3-0. Flakes just trying to get his first win on the board in this best of 7. It's Flakes with a next chance, but eekso saves it. It wasn't the worst flick in the world for Flakes, but nowhere near good enough. And now eekso has a chance to set one up, but Flakes just challenges early and shuts it down. And it's been working out so well for them all game. I don't know why he doesn't do it more often. The early challenges are catching eekso off guard. And although eekso has popped the ball early a couple of times, he's not doing it enough to really shy away from those, in my opinion. eekso almost putting a kickoff goal on target. He's got all the boost right now. And Flakes has none, but he's got enough to jump up into the air and block eekso for the time being. But hang on a second, eekso, open net. Has he put it in? Yes, he has. 0 seconds, eekso ties the game. And it's another 50-50 going in his favour. If he can avoid a strong kickoff for Flakes, this could be 3-0 for eekso. He's winning the majority of the back and forths in the midfield, but Flakes gets another strong kickoff and the first chance, which eekso will shut down. Now eekso coming forward. Early jump to keep Flakes back. Bar down and out. Small margins are what's keeping Flakes alive right now in the series. He's not quite on his last lifeline, but he will be if he doesn't score the next goal. eekso long shot. Flakes is up and ready. eekso's taking away his boost. It's starting to get desperate now for Flakes. He's creeping into an early challenge position. eekso can't see him and he's forced into the air, but where's the bump? You can bet he's... Oh my goodness, I thought he was going to go for it, but Flakes somehow gets away from him. Honestly, I'm so surprised and impressed that Flakes didn't get contact on him there. eekso wave dashes into the corner now. He's just looking for the demo. It's all he needs to win the game. Now Flakes actually has the boost advantage for the time being. Has he used most of it? No, he's got a little bit left over, and this could be the counter-attack that Flakes needs. He's got an open net, and it's on target, slowly but surely, and Flakes takes game 3. So many chances for eekso. He even had the air dribble bump lined up, but he just couldn't connect with Flakes, who did well to avoid him. And he's back in the series, 2-1 now in favour of eekso. Flakes saves his series with a save that left me quite speechless. I can't believe that he's avoided eekso's bump attempt mid-air, which looked to be on point. I don't know if it could have been much better from eekso's perspective. He did quite well. Now Flakes is in control of the possession again. He's going to let it bounce low just so he can pick it up again. Shoot to the bottom left corner, and it's 1-0 Flakes. Looking a lot more dangerous than he did earlier in the series. The side flip shot does accelerate the ball much faster than you might expect from that kind of position. Another kickoff win for Flakes. Kickoffs have been so one-sided this series in favor of someone. If it's not a hard win for Flakes, it's probably a hard win for eekso. So remember, he got 3 kickoff goals in a row in one of the games. Flakes has really chained together a couple of very good possession plays himself. Now eekso's going to trip him up a little bit. They're just hand in hand right now, trying to find an advantage. Whereas eekso's gone for the ball, Flakes has gone for the boost. Will eekso be able to equalize the boost total? Yes, he will, but only by giving away the ball. eekso half flip challenge, has an open net. He's wave dashed into position. Flakes is there and challenges early. Gets the block. eekso's not had much boost for the majority of this game, but he's still looking threatening. Pops it a little bit too close to Flakes though, and now the boost advantage that the Flakes accumulated has started to take its toll. eekso keeps the first shot out, but he can't keep the second one out. And it's 2-0 Flakes, who's looking to make another win in a row. Can he really make it 4 in a row in the Gauntlet? 5 in a row overall, after finishing off his league play with a win against Scrub, which nobody expected. eekso has options, but Flakes is ready to deal with the backboard threat. What does eekso do now? His aerial bump goal that he's had so much success with didn't work. He's pulling the trigger so late, but Flakes has somehow got a read on him. And Flakes is just going to run it into the goal the other end if he doesn't miss another open net. Looks like Flakes, or eekso's there, but Flakes avoids him. Got to give so much credit to Flakes right now, who's really adapted his play so well in the last game, just to make sure that he doesn't give eekso too much space to control the pace of the match and really start to take over. You know, that being said, he does only have a 2-goal lead, and here comes eekso again with a straight up air dribble this time. And that's a good mix up from eekso. He knows Flakes is expecting eekso to go for him, so why not just put the ball into the top shelf a little bit faster than Flakes is expecting. Of course, if eekso had gone for Flakes, Flakes could just dive underneath him and maybe get a touch on the ball to save it. That's what Flakes was trying to do and what he was expecting to have to do. Good save there by eekso. But he's had to run into his corner to avoid opening himself up for the demolish. That's extremely aggressive by eekso in Flakes' corner. You can tell he's a little bit frustrated with the few chances he's been getting, but there's one. And Flakes didn't expect eekso to ball chase this time, but he will, and he'll tie up the game by doing so. You see that eekso, or Flakes rather, was expecting eekso to back off to the mid boost. He could have actually beaten him to the ball. But eekso surprises yet again with aggression. It's all tied up. Another kickoff win for Flakes. eekso with a great save into his crossbar. Avoids Flakes' demo again as they exit the half. eekso, so much aggression right now. With no boost, he is just going for challenge after challenge. And now the flip reset, saved somehow by Flakes. Unbelievable stop by Flakes, who could have honestly conceded there and nobody would have criticized him at all. eekso landed the flip reset, got the shot on target, but Flakes puts one over the top of him. He's realized that eekso is rushing absolutely everything. He's playing with next level aggression, so if he could just flick it early, there's a good chance he'll get a goal, and even if he doesn't, he'll keep eekso back for the time being. It's a 1-goal game. Flakes looking to tie up the series now. A series which he was on the verge of going 3-0 down in. Air dribble by Flakes. eekso can't save it very well, and it's going to be 4-2 now for Flakes, who's on a rampage. Just another standard air dribble, but eekso's on the wall. And a bit too low at that. He's maybe tried to guess Flakes going down low there. It's the only reason I can think for driving down the wall and trying to save it a bit lower. So of course, when you do dive down off the wall and go low, it's very hard to get back up again. You can't dodge up in Rocket League, as I'm sure you're all aware. So now, 1 minute and 10 seconds to make another comeback. He got the 2-goal comeback already this game, but it's opened up again. Flakes with a nice boost grab. Gets demoed though. eekso half flip to set up the shot. He doesn't have much time, but he'll put it in before Flakes can get back. Flakes thought he'd gone one step ahead of eekso with the boost grab, but eekso counters him with the demolish play. 56 seconds now. A single goal separates these two players. Flakes dominating the boost yet again. eekso will not back down. He refuses to relent the pressure. Flakes gets a bump onto him. What a recovery by eekso though to get back into position. Perfect landing on the wheels with a half flip. He's not rewarded with a 100 boost. Will he need it? Would have helped certainly. Flakes was ready to challenge. That's a good hit by Flakes. He's got eekso back into his corner now. But eekso has a lot of space to work with. He's got Flakes in his sight this time. Did not have the right setup for the backflip flick though. He doesn't land the demo either. eekso, I think, expected that one to register. But hang on. Long shot for eekso after the bump. It's going to tie things up again. And it didn't take much. eekso just needed the slightest bump onto Flakes. And then turn around with the air roll shot to take the lead. It might not be over yet though. Flakes sits on eekso and lets the ball go in. Direct from the kickoff. Perfectly executed hook shot there by Flakes onto the kickoff. Getting around the ball, getting goal side, going straight through the center of its mass. And now eekso has to do it all again. He goes for the delayed approach, but everything that Flakes does on face-offs right now is working. And I don't think eekso can even catch up to this one. He's tried his best, but his best is not enough this time. And Flakes has just equalized the series. What a run Flakes is putting together here. And with how this series is going, it looks like he is now the favourite to take it down and make it 4 in a row in the Gauntlet. Ocelon waiting in the next round. Can't be too confident. You know, usually he would be confident going up against Flakes. He's told me in the past that it's a good matchup for him. In a second, eekso's not done with this plays. Never given up on plays as early as you might expect as eekso. And speaking of the Ocelon matchup in the next round, I reckon both eekso and Flakes would usually be pretty scared to match up against Ocelon. But at least one of them going into that match will have a little bit of momentum on their side. eekso going straight down the middle, a delayed dodge. Flakes with another save. Continues to dominate in the goalkeeping battle, but control by eekso will give him the lead in game 5. Just approaching the first minute of the match being completed, and eekso takes a lead. A rare sight. eekso's not had many leads in the past couple of games. Sides against going up for this one, but Flakes left that one pretty late. Gets some decent distance on his clear though. That'll keep eekso back for the time being. In comes Flakes, but not fast enough. eekso's taking him out of the game, and he's got an open net and a long time to score it. And that's 2-0 for eekso. You know, if there's one aspect of the match you don't really want to be contesting eekso in, it might be the pace. He is a very speedy boy, and with Blue being eliminated, he might be the speediest boy we have left in the tournament. Flakes should know that. That's not the spot he's got the advantages in. Certainly looks to have the edge on kickoffs and maybe even the edge in goalkeeping. But eekso still has a lot of tricks up his sleeve. That's one goal back though for Flakes. And what happened to eekso here? It looked like he would be able to recover. He had plenty of boost. Oh, he's just reversed for some reason. I'm not sure what eekso was thinking there. So I was pretty sure that he landed with enough left in the tank to at least try and put a save in. Time Flakes doesn't get a goal immediately after the kickoff. No boost for eekso though, and he has to just wait for Flakes' challenge and hope that Flakes goes too high, which is rare. Flakes has been contesting very well. eekso can't run away from this demo. Somehow Flakes catches him on the wall. He's slow playing his open net though, and he'll find the top corner. Perfect placement there by Flakes. I thought that he was just going to try and rush the shot, but you know, if you can put the ball top corner like that, I don't really see any problem in taking an extra touch. Flakes won't be able to save eekso's kickoff goal here. And eekso back in front. You know, I think a lot of people will see eekso scoring a kickoff goal here and think that's fair enough. He's conceded quite a few of these, so we'll let him have it. Especially as he just lost the last game with a kickoff goal. eekso winning another kickoff now. Not a direct goal, but a strong possession play incoming. And that's a very good flick. One of the best we've seen from eekso all day. To take the 2-goal lead back. You know, eekso's flicks have been a little bit quiet today, but that one of his more noisy ones. 2 minutes 46 seconds left on the clock. eekso still in front. Does not want to be another name on Flakes' ever-growing list of Gauntlet victories. What's eekso going to do here? He's scored himself. The ball is firmly within Flakes' control, and he's running it down the sideline, taking the boost as he goes. But he's walked right into eekso's path. And now we have a free turnover for eekso. He'll flick early to try and keep Flakes guessing, keep him honest. He doesn't want to go too close every single time, or else Flakes will just start rushing challenges and succeed by doing so. 2 minutes and 9 seconds now on the clock. A lot of time disappearing and not many chances for Flakes to score as it happens. What can eekso do from close range? He's trying to deceive Flakes, trying to get him to jump out the way, but it's not working. Most of the time that eekso goes for one of these plays, what happens is Flakes reads what he's doing, gets a save, and then scores on the counter. eekso getting pit maneuvered there as he tried to bump Flakes. And now we've got a 1-goal game inside the final 2 minutes of the match. Flakes wins the ball into the back corner. eekso's still here though, with a little bit of boost to play with. He's got to be careful because, well, I was going to say Flakes is in a good spot, but that's one way of getting the advantage back in your half. eekso with a wave dash demo and a pop over the top of Flakes' early challenge. And although Flakes got a piece of eekso, it didn't matter. The ball's already on target. That's a really, really nice play by eekso to wave dash into a demo at the halfway line when he was on his last legs when it came to boost. It's rare to see that. Boost battle in the corner, won by Flakes. He's popping the ball to keep it away from eekso. He's standing close to it. He's ready to react to whatever Flakes is doing. The boost just does not spawn fast enough here for eekso. Flakes with some space to work with. He switched over to the left-hand side of the field, but that touch is just way too heavy. He might have to say goodbye to that attack, and he will. And it's another one of those easy turnovers for Flakes. Another delayed play by eekso. He's looking to wave dash and bump into Flakes here. He needs to be careful though, because he's turning his back to his opponent. You know that can be dangerous. Early dodge for the Englishman is not enough. And it will be another goal for Flakes after eekso maybe overextends a little bit in attack. Another slow, direct dribbling play, completely failing for eekso. I don't know why he keeps going for these when he's not scored almost any of them. Bit of a mind game here by eekso. What a save though by Flakes. eekso is faking to take that into the side to get the boost, but it might be Flakes scoring again. Never mind, eekso with an outrageous stop. And he holds on to his lead for now. 30 seconds, he's into the air. Gets another touch, but Flakes is ready for it. eekso sticking around for more. Is he going to overstep the mark again? So you know Flakes is going to be saving up a lot of boost, waiting for the moment to counter. And that moment could be fast approaching, but it's actually eekso who wins the 50-50 this time and takes a 2-goal lead. What a stop. We've had a couple of games now decided by unbelievable saves. This time eekso at the last second scoops the ball off his goal line, and not only that, he gets it to come off the inside of the post and into a position that he can then follow up on. What a turning point that is, as eekso gets another win on the board. He's on double match point. It's 3-2 in the series. very close games here after a pretty slow start. Flakes has figured eekso out to some degree. He's, taken a couple of games out of the last 3 and made the previous one that we just saw exceptionally difficult for eekso to win. But when eekso did, he can lock this one up in 6 games with a win here. It's been eekso in control for the majority, and he's in control at the start of this game as well. What a flick to the top corner. Flakes doesn't have much to say about that one. eekso definitely the best flicker that we've seen if we take the entire tournament into consideration. And when I say that today he's not had the best flicks by his standards, for other players, they might be quite happy with the standard that eekso's put up, but he really is just that good. 2-0 now. It's Flakes not getting enough on this clear. That's a really bad misplay, actually. He had a good chance to counterattack there if he made solid contact on that ball. But oh no! Flakes with the single jump kickoff. It's all gone wrong at the start of game 6. He's trying to dodge diagonally there, but he accidentally double jumps, it seems. And eekso gets the easiest goal he's going to get all day. What a disaster for Flakes. What a nightmare. Now he's going to have to make a 3-goal comeback against a player who's been dictating the majority of the midfield play. That's 1 goal back though. Flakes with a nice flick for himself. Getting over the top of eekso's early challenge. I'm not really a fan. I never have been a fan of these challenges from side on. I do like eekso waiting a little bit longer before putting in the challenge in that position. But he's not going to be punished with an immediate goal. Or is he? That was much closer than I expected to Flakes scoring. eekso probably thinking likewise, but look at that. Flick and pop by eekso. Getting massive acceleration on the ball. Flakes did not really have enough respect for this one. I reckon he could have probably just turned and challenged that instead of going to goal and trying to catch up with the inevitable boomer that eekso is lining up. 3-goal game now. eekso with another chance on the ball, and it just perfectly flicks over the top of his opponent this time, and he's even going to waste a little bit of the clock just to help him out even more. We'll put it in the last second. That's such a smart play by eekso. He knows the early challenge is likely there. He's got the 3-goal lead. He's got the ball in the spot that he's so good at flicking from. He figures, if I was Flakes, I would challenge early here. I would try to tackle me half flip into the boost for eekso. He's dominating in game 6. Looking to take it in this match so he doesn't have to go into game 7. And with another early pop, he puts it over the top. And he's up by 5. Flakes is just completely crumbled in this game. There's still time for him to stabilize. But with how he is currently playing, I don't know if I see it happening. How can he stabilize when eekso's flicking the ball and popping the ball over him every single play that he gets? eekso even wasting a bit more time here, and he's going to get it past Flakes again. Surely now 7-1. Flakes nowhere to be seen. There is a 7-1 scoreline inside 2 minutes. It looks like Flakes might have just been going for a demo there or something. I'm not sure what he was what he had planned really. Can he get 1 goal back? He's put it on the bottom corner, but eekso's there. Right, this has to turn into a goal for Flakes. It's not going to happen though. He needs to find a way to challenge the ball a bit more safely, because eekso's just scoring with every single possession he gets. It's not too dissimilar to the last time they played in the league that Flakes managed to bring back the series from 2-0 down into a 2-all situation, just for eekso to then win 8-0 in game 5. Now it's looking like the same story again. Close series, Flakes with a little comeback in the middle. And then when it gets down to the final few games, he just can't get it done. eekso can't keep that one out though, and now Flakes is starting to put a couple of goals in. And he's got so much time left to try and get this comeback to happen. Just needs to compose himself. He knows he's been doing pretty well in kickoffs today. And he's been doing pretty well with his goalkeeping. He just needs to do what he's been doing in the previous 3 games, and he might have a shot at getting this impossible comeback started. A 7-goal comeback really is so difficult to pull off in high-level ones. And eekso is going to dodge onto the boost. Flakes is trying to trip him up and away from it. And that's a save off the wall by eekso. And another boost grab. He's just a little bit too fast this time, and he's lining up a monstrous shot. He's going to take a first touch, actually, and go low. And that should work out as well, as Flakes was scared off the launching shot. And look at this, eekso's just going to waste more time. This is so smart by him, because the only way that Flakes can come back is by scoring an outrageous amount of goals. So if eekso just lets the time run down, he's definitely going to profit the majority of the time. Flakes very frustrated, obviously, by how this game has started. That's still a good punish, though, by eekso. He's probably wasted about 20 seconds in total between the 2 times that he's done that, stopping the ball in the goal line maneuver. And both times as well, he did score. He didn't mess it up, as we've seen from some players in the past. But it's all eekso right now. Flakes is just nowhere to be seen. He doesn't know what to do. And eekso's going to put in another one after missing the ceiling shot. Finds the top corner, and the 7-goal lead is opened up yet again. And this has just got to be games. Flakes had a heroic run in the Gauntlet, taking down 3 opponents back to back to back. And you know, at that point in his tournament life, he had been, oh, what a save by eekso, just to frustrate Flakes even further. I was going to say, though, Flakes actually finished off, or went into this series with a completely even win-loss record. He went 2 wins, 5 losses in the league, and then 3-0 in the Gauntlet before this. But this loss will put him into the negative ever so slightly, just like everybody who's been eliminated before him. And eekso will move up to 5 wins and 3 losses. So he will finish off with a positive scoreline, no matter what happens in the next round. Ocelon awaits. Remember that he actually finished off the league with a 4-3 series win-loss record as well. So he might just break even if eekso takes him down like he did the first time they met. But eekso's just running down the clock here. It's all but over. Flakes has tried well. He started a comeback and looked like he had a really good chance of making this. And we have to remember that he did put up a really good tournament run here. Impressive performances against first Bluey, then OSM with a sweep, and then Cuxer with a 4-1 win, getting revenge for their league play matchup where Cux took him down 3-0. You know, Bluey also 3-0 Flakes in the league and then lost to him in the Gauntlet. But eekso just proved to be a bit too much today. As the clock ticks down, we're just going to watch eekso make love to the ball, or try to. He's not doing a very good job with this. It looks a bit more like tortoises on the Discovery Channel. But that will be the end of the series and the end of Flakes tournament life. It was a good Gauntlet run, but eekso was just a little bit too much. So ends the Gauntlet run of Flakes. Still a seriously impressive way to go out though, and he'll take home $400 with him to soften the blow. eekso advances to take on Ocelon in tomorrow's series, and although Ocelon goes into that match as the higher seed, he did lose to eekso when they played against each other during league play. The winner of that match will go on to face Scrubkilla on the penultimate day of the tournament, and the winner of that will face Fairy Peak in the grand final. We're well into the home straight now for the Mannfield Night 5K. Thanks as always for watching, and come back tomorrow to see Ocelon and eekso do battle for top 3. very close games here after a pretty slow start. Flakes has figured eekso out to some degree. He's, taken a couple of games out of the last 3 and made the previous one that we just saw exceptionally difficult for eekso to win. But when eekso did, he can lock this one up in 6 games with a win here. It's been eekso in control for the majority, and he's in control at the start of this game as well. What a flick to the top corner. Flakes doesn't have much to say about that one. eekso definitely the best flicker that we've seen if we take the entire tournament into consideration. And when I say that today he's not had the best flicks by his standards, for other players, they might be quite happy with the standard that eekso's put up, but he really is just that good. 2-0 now. It's Flakes not getting enough on this clear. That's a really bad misplay, actually. He had a good chance to counterattack there if he made solid contact on that ball. But oh no! Flakes with the single jump kickoff. It's all gone wrong at the start of game 6. He's trying to dodge diagonally there, but he accidentally double jumps, it seems. And eekso gets the easiest goal he's going to get all day. What a disaster for Flakes. What a nightmare. Now he's going to have to make a 3-goal comeback against a player who's been dictating the majority of the midfield play. That's 1 goal back though. Flakes with a nice flick for himself. Getting over the top of eekso's early challenge. I'm not really a fan. I never have been a fan of these challenges from side on. I do like eekso waiting a little bit longer before putting in the challenge in that position. But he's not going to be punished with an immediate goal. Or is he? That was much closer than I expected to Flakes scoring. eekso probably thinking likewise, but look at that. Flick and pop by eekso. Getting massive acceleration on the ball. Flakes did not really have enough respect for this one. I reckon he could have probably just turned and challenged that instead of going to goal and trying to catch up with the inevitable boomer that eekso is lining up. 3-goal game now. eekso with another chance on the ball, and it just perfectly flicks over the top of his opponent this time, and he's even going to waste a little bit of the clock just to help him out even more. We'll put it in the last second. That's such a smart play by eekso. He knows the early challenge is likely there. He's got the 3-goal lead. He's got the ball in the spot that he's so good at flicking from. He figures, if I was Flakes, I would challenge early here. I would try to tackle me half flip into the boost for eekso. He's dominating in game 6. Looking to take it in this match so he doesn't have to go into game 7. And with another early pop, he puts it over the top. And he's up by 5. Flakes is just completely crumbled in this game. There's still time for him to stabilize. But with how he is currently playing, I don't know if I see it happening. How can he stabilize when eekso's flicking the ball and popping the ball over him every single play that he gets? eekso even wasting a bit more time here, and he's going to get it past Flakes again. Surely now 7-1. Flakes nowhere to be seen. There is a 7-1 scoreline inside 2 minutes. It looks like Flakes might have just been going for a demo there or something. I'm not sure what he was what he had planned really. Can he get 1 goal back? He's put it on the bottom corner, but eekso's there. Right, this has to turn into a goal for Flakes. It's not going to happen though. He needs to find a way to challenge the ball a bit more safely, because eekso's just scoring with every single possession he gets. It's not too dissimilar to the last time they played in the league that Flakes managed to bring back the series from 2-0 down into a 2-all situation, just for eekso to then win 8-0 in game 5. Now it's looking like the same story again. Close series, Flakes with a little comeback in the middle. And then when it gets down to the final few games, he just can't get it done. eekso can't keep that one out though, and now Flakes is starting to put a couple of goals in. And he's got so much time left to try and get this comeback to happen. Just needs to compose himself. He knows he's been doing pretty well in kickoffs today. And he's been doing pretty well with his goalkeeping. He just needs to do what he's been doing in the previous 3 games, and he might have a shot at getting this impossible comeback started. A 7-goal comeback really is so difficult to pull off in high-level ones. And eekso is going to dodge onto the boost. Flakes is trying to trip him up and away from it. And that's a save off the wall by eekso. And another boost grab. He's just a little bit too fast this time, and he's lining up a monstrous shot. He's going to take a first touch, actually, and go low. And that should work out as well, as Flakes was scared off the launching shot. And look at this, eekso's just going to waste more time. This is so smart by him, because the only way that Flakes can come back is by scoring an outrageous amount of goals. So if eekso just lets the time run down, he's definitely going to profit the majority of the time. Flakes very frustrated, obviously, by how this game has started. That's still a good punish, though, by eekso. He's probably wasted about 20 seconds in total between the 2 times that he's done that, stopping the ball in the goal line maneuver. And both times as well, he did score. He didn't mess it up, as we've seen from some players in the past. But it's all eekso right now. Flakes is just nowhere to be seen. He doesn't know what to do. And eekso's going to put in another one after missing the ceiling shot. Finds the top corner, and the 7-goal lead is opened up yet again. And this has just got to be games. Flakes had a heroic run in the Gauntlet, taking down 3 opponents back to back to back. And you know, at that point in his tournament life, he had been, oh, what a save by eekso, just to frustrate Flakes even further. I was going to say, though, Flakes actually finished off, or went into this series with a completely even win-loss record. He went 2 wins, 5 losses in the league, and then 3-0 in the Gauntlet before this. But this loss will put him into the negative ever so slightly, just like everybody who's been eliminated before him. And eekso will move up to 5 wins and 3 losses. So he will finish off with a positive scoreline, no matter what happens in the next round. Ocelon awaits. Remember that he actually finished off the league with a 4-3 series win-loss record as well. So he might just break even if eekso takes him down like he did the first time they met. But eekso's just running down the clock here. It's all but over. Flakes has tried well. He started a comeback and looked like he had a really good chance of making this. And we have to remember that he did put up a really good tournament run here. Impressive performances against first Bluey, then OSM with a sweep, and then Cuxer with a 4-1 win, getting revenge for their league play matchup where Cux took him down 3-0. You know, Bluey also 3-0 Flakes in the league and then lost to him in the Gauntlet. But eekso just proved to be a bit too much today. As the clock ticks down, we're just going to watch eekso make love to the ball, or try to. He's not doing a very good job with this. It looks a bit more like tortoises on the Discovery Channel. But that will be the end of the series and the end of Flakes tournament life. It was a good Gauntlet run, but eekso was just a little bit too much.